Hey guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today I'm back with another video. This time, as you guys can see there, it's the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Rodimus Prime. And this is a toy that I have been eagerly awaiting. I do have other versions of Rodimus slash Hot Rod, but this kind of takes me back to the original toy way back when from the Transformers the movie, which I never had a chance to own. So I'm really happy with this one. So I'd figure I'd do a quick video. We'll go through the truck mode, maybe the transformation, and then some size comparisons. As you guys could see there, there's the box. Again, really nice artwork. I'll probably end up keeping this box just for storage. I like keeping these bigger boxes just because you can use them to store smaller things in there like accessories and weapons, etc. But there you guys could see it. It shows you the toy, and the artwork on the front is again really nice. But I'll go ahead and move this out of the way, and we'll sort of start with the truck mode here. And again, I'm really satisfied with this thing. I don't know if this is an actual vehicle that I'm aware of, but and it can at least sometimes come off looking a little weird with the sport car type front end, and then you have this back with the flames. Kind of looks like a station wagon. Winnebago, I believe, is what they used to refer it as. But I'm really happy with this. It's really nice. They really nailed a lot of the paint details here in the front. It's really nice and shiny. The windshield and everything. I don't really have any complaints about this mode. Again, I think they did a really good job with the car mode part and the truck. I guess this back part here, which is I guess it's truck mode storage. Yeah, and the paint again, really nice. There, you guys can see the details of the flames, etc. These parts here are on this is spring there. Yeah, and it does roll, no issues there. While I have this in truck mode or Winnebago mode, I'd figure I'd do a quick comparison with the Earthrise Optimus Prime here. Just because these are the two Autobot leaders, and Rodimus Prime there is much bigger actually. He looks a bit more substantial, at least in truck mode. He's, as you guys can see there. I keep saying Hot Rod. Rodimus is much longer there. So I just wanted to show that so you guys could see there the size differences. This is the Earthrise Optimus Prime that came with his the trailer and everything, and you guys could see it there. But I'll move him out of the way. Let me take this trailer out and let's move Optimus, and we'll bring him back later. As far as this truck mode, again, no, not really any complaints. The way you take this off, at least on mine, is essentially you have to slightly lift, and then he's free. And then, there's Hot Rod, I guess, with the car mode. And one thing that sticks out to me is this spoiler. The paint is really nice and bright. It's very well done. The yellow, the orange is nice and glossy. And thankfully, from putting in the truck in and out here, I haven't seen any scratches or anything come up. There are some, I don't know if you can see, some slight paint imperfections here, but I don't mind it so much. But this mode by itself is, again, really nice, really compact, really well done. So we'll put him aside for now. And again, this thing, it's a bit hokey looking, but I do like it. And this can open up, so it kind of opens up from the middle. There are tabs that go in here and here to sort of hold that in place. this ramp back here opens, you know, to let cars in. You can fit, I think, your deluxe cars in here. There is also this part here that kind of opens up, you know, for additional things. Underneath the bottom, there is a nice little, I guess what you would call some storage drawer here that you could pull out, and you can fit like his weapons and stuff, and I'll show those off in a second. And that kind of just slides back in there. No major issues in this mode. I know this mode's kind of complemented by the weapons, which I'll actually show you in a second. So with this toy, you get a bunch of effects. These come apart. These are all the ones came with it. I guess these could be like explosions or things you can use with his gun. I'll put this on here. You also get these, I guess these could also be fire effects or explosions, whatever you want them to be. You get those. You get these, which you can attach to the exhaust ports on the car. I guess he goes around polluting everywhere he goes. That's some black smoke or fire. You get this sword, which my understanding this is called the Sword of Primus. So I'm familiar with the name, but I'm not familiar specifically with that story. But they include that in there if you want to use that. And of course they include his blaster, his gun, which you can fold in half for storage. And you can also clip this to his back when he's in robot mode. And there you go. And then you also get a matrix effect, because he also comes with a matrix of leadership, and you can attach this to sort of reenact that whole you know, Arise Rodimus moment from the movie. But a lot of things included with this one. Like I said, oh, and I missed one last thing. It's also this big cannon thing, which you can mount on the this trailer part essentially, and you kind of just put this right here like that. You kind of clip it in, and then Rodimus can sort of stand there, you know, and hold the gun like he's shooting Decepticons. And you can attach these fire effects to the gun here, so you guys could see. I believe per the instructions, the sword, this effect, and I believe also these two can go on the drawer under the truck here, the truck mode. So you can use those for storage if need be. So we'll put all of these aside for now. The only, I guess, once you open this, the only issue I had, and I don't know if it's just mine, but essentially, if I were to want to store this cannon with the truck, you know, per the instructions, it says you can do it, but what I'm finding out is that I can't seem to keep this closed no matter how well I package this. Like, so it's actually not doing such a bad job right now, but as you guys could see there, it always wants to open, and this only happens when I try to store the gun here. If I were to take this out, it's a lot easier for this thing to stay closed. You guys can see that just stays closed. But other than that, I have no issues with this. It's a really nice addition. Nice colors and everything, really shiny and nice. So we'll put this aside like here for now. And the main thing is Rodimus here, and the transformations of it involved. There's some kind of spots here with the arms that made me a bit nervous, but we'll go ahead and sort of get started. So essentially where we're gonna start is back here. There's these sections here that you pull out. Maybe you could see it better from here, but you kind of pull this out and kind of put it there. Same thing here, pull that out, and they fold into here. Once you essentially do that, then you could free up the arms here. you can just kind of pull them out. I'll show you. Yeah, so you kind of just, once those are out, you can essentially move this whole thing here. And then the front section here, there's these two sections here that you can fold in. And then you can kind of then untab the windshield from the front. And then as you guys can see, that's the front chest. And in this section here, just make sure you push that in, and then while you're here, you might as well turn the head forward. And you kind of already have that section done. The next thing that I guess I would do is, you can do these arms here, but you know what? Let's go ahead and just remove this whole part here. So it's on a hinge that you can sort of swivel up and down, etc. You can move this, and actually part of the transformation actually involves lifting this and then turning it, and then that will go into this little tab here. This usually I leave this for the end, but if you wanted to, I guess you could try. This is the one thing that's kind of hit or miss for me. Like, I can't really get it in there on the first try, but let's leave that for last. At least we have that somewhat done. The next thing to do is I would turn, there's 2 points here that need to turn around, swivel. So just make sure this is out of the way, this back part here, and turn it so that this now faces forward like that. And then let's go ahead and get the legs out of the way. So essentially for the legs, you're going to be moving this out and moving this out, and then separating the legs. Once you move these sections out, then you can essentially open these, and then you can pretty much pull the legs out. Pull them out, just stretch them all the way out. Same thing here. And then the next thing is essentially these the feet. And you can kind of move these out of the way. The one thing from here is that these wheels now, you need to push in. And then once that the wheel's pushed in, then you have to work it into here. There is a part of this hinge that you can then move out of the way. Once that's in, then you kind of just clip that back in. I'm having an issue with getting this clipped in now. But once you get that in, that's done. And same thing back here. Make sure that you always push these wheels down. And then same thing here. Just push that in. Once you get it in, then that kind of clips in place. And then you're kind of essentially done with the legs, as you guys can see. Once this is done, the next step is to move this whole thing up, actually. Is it up? No, it's down. And make sure you push this down as far as you can. This section, make sure you lay it flat, because we're going to need to then not move the waist again, but move the this whole section here is going to turn, right? It's on a swivel. So make sure you leave enough room, and you kind of turn that so that it looks like that. And there's some parts here that essentially this gray bit here is gonna go in here. So essentially just push the gray part in there and make sure that it kind of tabs in. And you hear it, and then there is another tab here that goes in here, and you're kind of just gonna try to push it in. And then same thing here, this gray section, you're gonna tab in there, and then essentially the same thing here. Just gotta make sure that you are, yep, and then that's it. Make sure it's tab in nice and straight. And then once you have that, the next thing to do is essentially push this chest in place. And the main thing to just keep in mind is, because I had some issues with this, is the chest wasn't fitting right for me, is make sure that this whole section is kind of going to squeeze. Make sure it kind of clicks into place in there. There is essentially, I don't know if you guys could see it, this little black tab has to go into here so I could catch it. And essentially put it in place first and then work this in, right? Push the chest back. And there is this here that's gonna go tabbed in here. So just make sure you guys align that correctly. And let's see if we can get this. And that's it. And the chest, this is an issue that I was having where it looks like that. You have to, and I think we might need to untab that. Yep. So don't do what I did. Untab that first. And just make sure that you sort of get this in. There you go. I don't know if you guys heard it click. Once you get that clicked in, then go ahead and move forward with pushing this in and then getting this tabbed in there. Yep. And yep, then that allows you to then push the chest in with minimal resistance. And then this part here goes, as I said earlier, you're kind of gonna need to tab that in there. Yep, there we go. We're almost done. And next thing is the arms. So you have these panels here, which essentially you're gonna turn down and then swivel. And then once you do that, this is also on a hinge, but turn it this way and then you can turn it this way. Yep, there you go. And then under the arm here, there's a tab here, and then there's a part where this section will sort of wrap around here. So just turn that in and then that's it. You have that, and then you have his hand. Same thing on this side. You're gonna fold this down, swivel, and then move this up. Once you do that, then you can turn this whole section around again. And again, like I said, there's sections in there that you can just fold this back and it gets tabbed in. And then don't forget to slightly pull this out to give you more room for the articulation, the forearm from the joint there. And then the very last thing that a lot of times I miss is these wheels here. You gotta stick a fingernail. As you can see there, the top part is I don't know if you guys can see it, it's coming out. So there's a tab in there, and there is a section here on the arm, that line there, where once you get this to go separate, you're gonna push the wheel in, and then you tab that into the arm here, and you can turn this so that it matches. Yep, there you go. You have that section done. And then the same thing sort of here, right? You gotta get this section open like that and tab, and then you have to push the wheel back in. And for some reason, for mine on this arm is a little harder to do, but that's it. And then you're kind of done. And here is Rodimus, and this figure again really blew my socks off. I think this is very the transformation and the details and the paint, etc., the way it looks, it's a very masterpiece like. The orange paint here specifically on the legs matches up really nice with the chest, and the chest has a lot of details Yeah, the paint's very glossy and it looks very premium. Same thing here on the orange details on the arms. The the head, I guess the face initially looked a little too I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't know, he looked a little angry or sad rather, but it doesn't look bad in person. I think as a video and the sort of the shadows, depending on what light this is being shot in. But he's very stable. He's very beefy. He has he's not heavy, but he looks, he feels very well put together. And again, here's the back. I mean, he does have a little backpack, but that I think cleans up really really well. Again, the spoiler in the back, and I think they did such a good job in hiding the car bits. The robot mode looks really really nice, and you get your articulation here, your arms, shoulders. The hands can turn as well. And the cool thing about this is you also get articulated fingers, or at least his pointing finger is. And I'm assuming they did that on purpose specifically so that, if you're a dork like me, you can go around saying, that's the end of the line, Galvatron. That scene from the movie. And again, you get articulation here at the legs, the knees. You get some rocker there and this kind of tilts and everything. But yeah, this is a really, really nice figure. I'd say they knocked it out of the park. It came out really nice. So now, real quick, I'm just going to put in and give you some size comparisons here. Here he is with a Hot Rod, which again from the Transformers 1986 movie. You guys can see the difference there. Really nice, well done toy as well. Here he is with Optimus Prime from. This is the Earthrise version, but it's the Netflix series. It's the same as the Earthrise, just some color differences, but you guys can see the size difference there. His main enemy here, Galvatron. Galvatron is slightly taller and bigger and heftier, but I think that's for the best, just because I like my bad guys. I think should always be more menacing than the good guys here, but they pair up really, really well. We'll put him aside. And then just real quick, here he is with, I know this is Hot Rod. It's Masterpiece Hot Rod. And I think this is a way better toy than this one. I really didn't like the legs on this Masterpiece toy and the chest area. I think they could have done such a job. And then when you look at things like that backpack, I mean, yeah, they could have done that way better. This is not necessarily a bad toy. It just seems like such a missed opportunity. And we'll put him aside. And then just lastly, I do have this old Masterpiece, I guess Hot Rod Rodimus guy. I bought this at Toys R Us a couple of years ago. I know it's an old toy, but no comparison. This is a better toy. This thing I'm not too fond of. I think one of the arms is even broken, but I hate this thing. Not hate it, but I'm not too fond of it. Yeah, but I would say, guys, if you're looking for, the definitive Rodimus Prime, then this guy is definitely, definitely worth it. I think he's like almost $70, but, I would say definitely go for it. It's definitely a worthwhile addition. I think he looks great, and I think he sort of pairs up well with this Hot Rod if that's something, you're looking to do or reenact scenes from the movie. But yeah, again, really nice toy. If you guys have any questions, certainly let me know. But thank you for the time. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you got something out of it. And please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.